That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
you would enjoy
That's
it.
cool. Oh, we're live. There we
We're
go.
live. All right, let me get the live music rolling here, boys. And there you go.
Oh,
Let's talk Jaws Live, baby. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I was trying to clap along to
Hey, all
that.
right, keeping that beat going, huh?
Hello, everybody.
How are we doing?
Good.
Happy
Boy,
Thursday.
hey, driving home, I had to take umbrage with what you said about the Doors not having a bass player. And I explained to
Yeah.
you that Ray Manzarek, Love Me Two
Uh-huh.
Times, has a great bass line all through it.
It does. It does.
boom, boom, boom. So there.
They had a studio bass player, from what I understand. Well, when the keyboardist wasn't playing the bass, that's what he would do. He would do a lot of the bass lines, and they had a studio bass player, and they had some killer bass lines. What's your favorite Doors song?
God.
I like the Doors. I wasn't a monster fan of them, but I had one song that was my favorite, and it was because of the bass line. It was a non-typical Doors song.
Riders on the Storm. I like Riders on the Storm.
That might be my favorite, Riders of the Storm.
Really? Yeah, mine is Changeling. It's a groove. It's a a little bit more Motown kind of mix. Just a great tune. That's
I
basically
was playing Trivial Pursuit the other night, and one of the questions was, which of these bands did not play at Woodstock? And they had Sha Na Na, they had the Doors, they had a bunch of other people. I'm like, well, the Doors? I think the Doors were at Woodstock, and they weren't. They weren't at Woodstock.
No, they
I thought
Nope.
they were, but they weren't.
No.
It's interesting.
They were not. Yeah. 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 We'll have to get into some music stuff here back in the day.
There you go. Let's do that.
Do show,
Yeah.
We talk
great
movie
bass players.
soundtracks. It's fun.
Great bass players in history.
Oh, I'm all about that. Not a problem there. I don't know who else wants to listen to talk about great bass players, but I'm all about it. So. All right. Well, it is a trio tonight. John might be popping in. Janie got caught up. She's got her hands full with work. So we are going to be hanging out tonight, and we've got something pretty cool tonight. We're going to be checking something out that we haven't done before. We're going to be getting into a little bit of a game tonight. And when our guests will be popping on here shortly and joining us, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the game. We're going to be displaying the game, and actually going to even do a little bit of playthrough of the game for you guys. And we're going to end with giving you a little bit of information as far as obtaining the game, how you can get your hands on the game, and neat little surprise to come along with that. Should you be interested in it? So we'll get that rolling here in a minute. But in the meantime, let's hit on a couple things. We have the Oscars that are going to be coming up in a handful of weeks, and we plan on doing some Oscar shows that are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to get into too many details, but one of which is going to be a trivia game. And so we're going to be kind of looking for people who are interested and are knowledgeable about the Oscars that might be interested in perhaps participating in a trivia game. So if that happens to be you, or you know someone that is, message one of us here at the show. We'd love to hear from some people.
We love movie fans. And we love
Absolutely.
Oscar fans.
Yes. We love people.
By the way, this weekend, to help you Oscar fans out, this weekend is the Screen Actor Guild Awards, called the Actors Awards now, on Sunday night. And that's always a good predictor of who's going to win the acting awards this year.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They were wrong last year. They picked who won last year over Demi Moore won last year, and over Mikey Madison for Honora, and then Mikey Madison won the Oscar. and not Demi Moore for Honora. So, it's a good predictor, but not always 100%. Like
Sure.
The Golden Globes has a good track record. I just watched the BAFTAs, which was a very strange show. You guys ever see the BAFTAs, the British Academy Awards?
No.
It is such a serious, quiet. It's typical, man, for the British. It's just very proper and it's like, oh my God, this is so dull. I mean, I want to see people, scream at the Oscars and get drunk like they do at the Golden Globes. But there was a little controversy this year at the BAFTAs too, if you watched it. But
the Tourette's guy.
The Tourette's guy, yeah. But what won? So we all know what's going to win. Well, we'll see. You never know. There's always a surprise.
Yeah.
I was going to say there always seems to be a surprise, and Mike, you posted yesterday about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it blows my mind who gets nominated, who gets in, and if you go and look at the list of bands that aren't in yet, that you think would be like what should have been in 15, 20 years ago, that still aren't in. It's a complete
who's not in, for instance?
Styx.
Oh God,
Wings. Neil frickin' Sedaka is not in it.
Jeez, they definitely should be in there.
I'm not saying it was because of me, but I wrote a article a couple years ago about how criminal it was that Todd Rundgren was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he got in the next year, so he can thank me if he ever wants to. But yeah, it's just with the people like Sade and people I've never heard of, or I've heard of them, but it has nothing to do with rock. Just call it the Music Hall of Fame. Hello.
Hey, Juanita.
Hey there.
Hey, Juanita. How are you?
Okay.
Great to hear from you. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, great to hear from you.
Great to hear from you. Yeah, but it's like you just call it the Music Hall of Fame and have different wings. Here's country. Here's R&B.
How is Sade rock and roll? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, it has grown to try and encompass various genres. So I'm going to read you a couple bands that have been nominated that have never made it in. And some means you might go, some means you might go, but no matter what, you're going to recognize and know these names and have known these names for a long time. Are you ready? So I'm not going to go back horribly far.
Been nominated in the past or have never been nominated?
Some have been nominated, some have not. I don't know which is which. I'm just kind of reading off of a list here quick. Ready for this? Bad Company, Grand Funk Railroad, The Guess Who, King Crimson, The Monkees. No matter how you feel about that, I mean, these are all bands out. Let's say within the last 30 years, Soundgarden, The Smiths, The Cure, The Smashing Pumpkins, Jethro Tull, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Procol Harum. I mean, it really puts things into perspective. When I was there, they had lists every year, bands that were nominated.
Yeah.
Not that got in, but that were nominated. And you're going, wait a second. And then you look at bands that go in. Not that I'm trying to be judgmental. Be like, how on earth did, this band get in before like this band? It just kind of blows your mind.
Hold on, Amy.
It's never fair, our personal opinions mean nothing. Whoever votes for these people to come in to this, it's you shake your head.
I thought they turned voting not over to the fans, but the fans have a vote too.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, they do. It's weird setup. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get started and hit on what we're here to talk about tonight, and kind of get that ball rolling. So tonight, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking out a game that has been designed and built by one of our page members by the name of John Wippler, and the name of that game, it's called the Three Barrel Game. In fact, let me pull it up here for you guys. Okay. It's called the Three Barrels Game, and it immediately strikes a chord with you just because of the name Three Barrels. So you know right away where this game sits. And he mentioned something about it. It didn't really say a whole lot beyond that. And Mike, you had talked to him, and next thing you know, he's mailing out a copy of this game to us, and he sent myself one, and I have one here, and it is it is very intelligently designed for a lot of reasons. Number one, the last two times I tried to play a fairly modern game, it was like I was getting a master's degree in gameplay because you had to sit and read through everything 5 different times. You didn't quite understand what was going on, and here we have, you know, something that is easy. You can look through a piece of paper and in like 2 minutes know how to play this game. That right there is a selling point for me.
Yeah,
And
something
on
simple,
top of
right?
that,
Simple.
yeah. And on top of that, it's portable. Here you go. The entire game fits in this barrel.
I love the
So which
package.
means,
Oh,
yeah, which means that you can take this thing and play it at home. You can take this and play it in the car. You could be out somewhere, and it's like a travel companion, which is
Oh, that looks
completely
cool.
awesome. Yeah. And so, hold on one second here. I think our guest here is trying to get on. I think he's on. Gotta get him. So I apologize. Can you guys just give me a second here?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 barrels.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Nate, Bad Company went in last year. They just got inducted.
Did they? I love Bad Company. Love Bad Company.
Oh.
Incredible group. Yeah, Running with the Pack is my favorite album by those guys. Yeah. So at any rate, so here's what the game entails. What you see on the screen. It's literally a carrying case, which is a yellow barrel, and then inside of that, you've got a handful of smaller barrels, and you have 2 die. They're exactly the same, for the exception of the color. And then, as I said, you literally get one game sheet that has the directions, and there's 2 different versions of this game that you can play. And so anyone can pick up on this. You can play this. Kids can pick up on this game really easy. Adults, and it's something you can do this. My wife and I played it, and you could easily bring in quite a few different players. And so the versatility of it and how simplistic it is the genius of this game. So the question is, what does this game look like? How is this game kind of set up? So I'm going to pull in just a video, just an introductory video that just shows you guys the basis of the composition of the game. All right, so let me pull that in here for us.
So here's a look at what all is involved in what entails the game. So we have the ever so important instructions and playing card, which comes along with it. We have the carrying case, rightfully so, being a large yellow barrel itself, which is great, something you can travel with, play in the car as well as at home. And then we have our 8 yellow barrels, and then we have 2 die, identical die, as far as symbols go, the only difference being the color. So here's a look at.
So there you go. So that's the basic layout of the game, and as I said, it's a pretty simplistic game. Not to detract from the game, I think that's the genius part of this. And speaking of the genius part of this, we now have the game creator, John. John, how are you?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, John.
Hey. Great
Welcome
to see you, man.
aboard.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I used the other link that Nate emailed me, but I guess there was some trouble with it. Anyhow,
Yeah.
I'm here.
All good, buddy.
Just poured up a beer. That's
There you go.
Nice. Look at that. All right. Man. Very nice. Love it. Love it. So, John, I just talked a little bit about the game, and honestly, praising the game. I love the genius that went to it. I love that you kept things kind of simplistic, not simple, but simplistic as far as I can take this thing anywhere. I can sit and play it with my kids. I can sit and play it with adults. I'm telling you, I'm sold on it because I didn't have to read a book to try and figure out what to do with it, and it's amazing. So, what inspired you to go down this route?
Well, I've always been a gamer at heart. I grew up with Atari 2600. I taught my kids how to play video games and board games. And my oldest kid is a camper. He does a lot of camping, and all of us were Marines. So we're used to carrying something, having something small that you can take and just break out a game anywhere. I mean, I've been sitting on the tarmac somewhere in some foreign country, and somebody breaks out a set of cards and it's on, you know. So I wanted to make, I love games in that way. I got a 3D printer and started messing around, and obviously the first place I went was, let me print some shark stuff, some Jaws stuff, and I came across. And I made barrel everything. I've got barrel salt shakers. I've got 3D printed, the 3-barrel bolo for when I'm dressing up. I've made my wife a barrels inside of barrels, a little Russian stacking doll. So anyway, there's barrels everywhere now, and everybody's sick of them. So I decided to make a game out of it.
Well, you're in good company because we're all on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, it just comes down to the dice. You know, you talked about the simplicity of it, and that's really all you need. If you have one dice and 6 pennies or 6 rocks, you can play the game. And, you know, it just kind of keeps it compact and simple, and something you can take camping, something you can take out with the family, something, you know, it's just easy to use and easy to understand.
Yeah, it very much is, and that's the fun of that is I could pick it up in minutes and be running with it and enjoying it, as opposed to trying to go through 5 or 6 rounds and try and get the hang of how you're supposed to do, and then it's open to interpretation. There's no interpretation with this; it's pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt. Oh, you, buddy. Sorry, my fault.
I was just saying, you know, it's just having the barrels there is useful, it's helpful, but it's a fast moving game. You know, it can be as fast or as slow as you want it to be, and really, enjoy it. And like I told Nate last night, kind of the official, unofficial, secret. If you roll a ship's wheel and you run over your mate's barrel, well, then least thing you could do is have a drink to his leg.
You know what? I was kind of thinking that, and he messaged me, and I said, I wasn't going to say anything, but man, does it fit? That's right.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you've got the beer of choice to go with the game, so how could you not, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So, what did you have like any other games that kind of inspired you as far as the actual gameplay went? Was there anything that was reminiscent of, or was it just something that you wanted to? You had a certain vision. I want to go this direction. I wanted something to be, not a ton of different options as far as maneuvers go.
Yeah, it's actually out of my character because I'm a strategist. Being a Marine for 20 years, I'm a real big strategist.
Thank you for your service.
Oh
yeah, thank you for the service.
You guys are worth it. We're worth it. This country's worth it. But I wanted to just keep, like I said, something simple, something. I've got grandkids, got 3 grandkids, and they are getting into games through their father, my son. And I just wanted to be simple, that you don't have to do a whole strategy with. You don't have to you just kind of sit around, and once you're 3 sheets into the win, you're still enjoying the game. And
Sure. Pretty awesome.
Get the barrels in there. That was one of my dad's favorite sayings. Not with 3, you can't. Not with 3. So he would say that was his way to deal with problems. He was like, "Hey, I don't care how tough this is. It can't stay down with 3."
I'm excited to learn about this game. How do we play it? Let's see.
All right. Well, if you want to, I was going to say, John, I mean, you want to maybe talk about some basic gameplay, and what I'll do is I made a video of my wife and I playing both versions of the game. So if you want to speak a little bit to it as far as basic maneuvers and stuff, and then I'll pull up the one gameplay of it. And I have to interject that ironically, as I'm playing the game, I find myself throwing out quotes from the movie as you're making these different moves. That must be something inherent that's not in here. So it's pretty good. Yeah.
And that was another thing, because you got to stay cautious with copyright stuff and everything nowadays. And that's another reason why I just decided to give the game away. I don't want to deal with copyright infringements. I just want people that love Jaws, and there's only going to be, so many of us that were there watching it in the theaters in 75, and I just want those people to enjoy the game and get it out to them as quickly as possible. I don't want somebody to buy it and put it on a shelf somewhere and decide that some big company doesn't want to produce it or something. I want to get it out to the people who are going to enjoy it and really get some love out of it, and be quoting those things that aren't written in the rules, that aren't written down on paper, but we all know what they mean. We all know about
Absolutely.
their leg and the ship's wheel. It says, "Hooper, ain't you watching it?" When he hits the barrel. You go in the cage goes in the water, sharks in the water. You save a barrel, you're in the water, you get to see what's going on, and you kind of get an insight into what the fish is doing. So you save a barrel for a turn, and that's kind of where all the rules went. Just kind of putting in aspects of the movie, aspects of the fight, um, with the shark and with the barrels, and not hoping not to step on anybody's toes, copyright wise. Pay homage to the movie, be honorable and respectful to that, and the people that were involved in creating that we love so much. I mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, let me roll out a video here of the gameplay. It's about a 3-minute video because we kind of go through until somebody wins. And I had a little fun with the video, so hopefully you'll see that. It was spurred by what was happening as we were playing the game. I thought I have to go and do something with this. So here we go. I'm gonna pull in there's 2 different gameplays for this guy. So this will be the first version, and then we'll talk about and we'll take a look at the second version. So here we go. Make sure that's out.
Okay, so we're going to start off playing the Private Shark Hunting Tour, and that involves using 6 barrels and 1 die. It's just going to be 2 of us, just giving a couple rounds here. So the instructions are pretty simple. So each person rolls the die. If you land on a shark tooth, that means that you must put a barrel back. If you land on a barrel, that means you take a barrel. If you land on the shark cage, I believe you can guard a barrel. In other words, if you have a barrel, you can actually put it back for a round and no one can take that barrel from you. Now, if you land on the helmsman's wheel, then what happens there is you can force another player to put the barrel back. And really what you're going after here is you're trying to get 3 barrels. First person to go to 3 barrels wins. So we'll play a couple rounds here and see how this goes. Oh, it helps a lot if you drop quotes from the movie while you're playing, especially if they fit the move. So here we go. Got a barrel.
All right, let's see how long that barrel takes to bring him up.
Very
I as well
2 barrels.
have a
You
barrel.
go, Jenny,
2
you go,
barrels in
Jenny.
him.
2 barrels in him, and he's still going down. All right, here we go. That would be a Hell's Meal. That means I get to send one of her barrels back.
The cage.
Shark cage. Now, Jen does not have a barrel to protect, so she cannot. So it simply goes over to my turn. Here we go. Shark tooth.
I pulled a tooth the size of a shot glass out of the wrecked hull of a boat out there.
That tells me I've got to put my barrel back.
It was a great white.
Oh, nobody
Wheel.
has any barrels.
No barrels. Here we go. Shark tooth. Can't do anything about it. Ooh.
Got a barrel in him.
Now we got 2 barrels.
One time I got a 16-footer off Montauk. Had to stick 2 barrels in him, 2 to wear him down and bring him up.
Oh, put a barrel back in.
Shark tooth. Don't have a barrel put back. So.
No, but you can choose another hunter to return one of their barrels instead.
Not talking about pleasure boating or daily sailing. Put the barrel back.
See, that's a
going
good
out sharking
sport.
for a living.
That's a
I
good
lost my
sport if you
barrel.
brought that up.
Another shark tooth.
Oh.
Helmsman's wheel. Barrel. See how long it takes to bring him up.
Oh, I don't have any barrels to protect.
What's on the guard?
Cooper's not going down in the cage.
Now we got 2 barrels in, and we'll see how long it takes to bring him up.
Nope, nothing to protect.
That shark tear that cage to pieces. Not with 3 barrels, they can't. And that ends the round. There you go. 3 barrels wins the game.
All right.
And there you go. So that is, and again, I mean, entertaining, fun, and not hard to follow along with. So yeah, very much enjoyed that. So
That looks like a lot of fun.
And it was worth having to sleep on the couch, wasn't it?
it really was. I mean, sometimes you got to make sacrifices,
Barrels, you get more people, it's definitely going to, speed up, get more exciting. I sat down with Chat GPT and ran numbers and just put all the data and said, run it. How many rounds would it go? And with using 2 dice, with using 8 barrels, 6 barrels, and like the longest one was 100 rounds, and the shortest one was 9 rounds. So I was
wow.
it's pretty. It's going to be pretty balanced there, and just moving, fast moving game. Something you can play on a train. You ain't got to worry about losing pieces all over the place. And
can it be played with 1 die like Nate was doing? Can you play it with 1 die?
yes, it can absolutely be played with 1 die. Put it in your pocket. Take it with you. Take it camping. That's why another reason I was hopeful that it'd be easier to get it out to people, because I know not everyone's going to have a 3D printer. They're not going to be able to print the whole ensemble like I did. But if they do, the files are there. I put the files on the link. You have to read my story, blah, blah, and blah. You got to pay your penance, read the story to get on the bottom. And get everything's there. If you have a 3D printer, you can do it. If you don't, look at hopefully some way to get people. It certainly costs me to print it. It'll probably cost me more to send them than it will to print them.
right.
And then just let people color them themselves, however you want. But yeah, you can play it with 1 die, and the second die just kind of, you got 4 or 5 people sitting around, adding in the second die, kind of ramp things up, speed things up.
Sure.
Be that
And I want to I'm sorry, go ahead, bud. Your microphone's cutting in and out every once in a while. Sorry, that's why I didn't mean to speak over you. I didn't realize you said something there. So I wanted to, I don't know if you guys at home heard what he was saying. So obviously he's talking about the fact that, you can 3D print these. And he said, alluding to the fact of that he is literally, not only did he design the game, and obviously he's a huge fan, a Jaws fan, but he is taking his design plans and he has them up on his Facebook page for anyone who would be interested in using them. And I was talking with him last night, kind of briefly. We were back and forth, and I said, you have to let me know how people want to get a hold of these. And he had sent me early in the week, like the page, and I saw the design plans. It didn't really quite dawn on me or occur to me, but I was telling him about how the biggest thing I love about this community of people is everyone here just so friendly, so nice, look out for each other, help each other out. And John, you fit into this group. I mean, so well, it is unbelievable. So not only did he design this and make this, guys, he's putting it out there for you. He's literally giving it out to anyone interested in doing this and playing this, that you can get on, and you can, if you have a 3D printer, and if not, you can usually track one down. And I will tell you, if you have kids and they can take the design to school, they have access to that kind of stuff at school. And what's really cool about that, John, isn't just the fact that you took the time to do this and you're putting it out there because it's something that you want to give, which is amazing. But there's something that's happening here that maybe you didn't quite think about at first. You're making an incredible connection with a younger generation, a couple of different ways. Number one, you can sit down and do this rather than do this, and that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You think how much this has replaced what we grew up with. We grew up with this kind of stuff. That's all we had. It was
Yeah.
either that, or you had to stare out the window and count the number of cars that drove by. Going places and stuff. And so this is what we grew up with. You can think of every game you ever learned how to play. And so here you have something you can put in the hands of your kids, of your grandkids. You can play it with them. They can pick up on the game relatively easy, relatively quickly. You're introducing them to the world of Jaws, which in our book is is definitely a plus. But you also have that connection on the tech side of things. So it could be fun and even a challenge. Say, hey, look what I got. Could you do this? Could you take this to school? Could you take this and print this up? I mean, you're really making some awesome connections outside of the realm of designing this game, John. And whether you realize it or not, I want to commend you on that. That's really cool.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
It's very generous of you.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me this forum to get it out to, to other Jaws fans. Because it is a fantastic movie. I hate to say some of the changed pinnacle, moment in my life that changed my life, but it really did. Going to see this movie when I was, freshly 7 years old, but my parents had no place taking me to a crazy movie like this. My goodness,
It was a different time back then.
I've been in combat and I still can't watch the first scene. I mean, it's horrible. But I had already been in love with nature from my father and Jacques Cousteau, and so as soon as I was old enough, I started scuba diving. I've got 500 hours underwater.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I got my wife scuba diving. When my son turned 16, I took him and got him certified. And it's just changed. It's been a major factor in my life. The Jaws.
Have you swum with sharks?
I have. For my birthday, it was my 55th. My kids and my wife got me a pass to the Atlanta Aquarium. I'm down here in Georgia, and they have a big tiger down there.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Pregnant at the time, and they put you in this cage. It's like this rail that goes around the aquarium enclosure, and the sharks are just free swimming in there. The hammerheads, great hammerheads, and two tigers, and one of the tigers was pregnant. But yeah, you're inside this cage. It's like if you imagine a Six Flags ride or a Disneyland ride that took you underwater, let you dive with sharks. That's kind of what it was. But it was fun, and I was in the water with a tiger, and all the safety precautions were there, which I'm glad.
So you went in the cage went in the water, the shark was in the water.
That's right.
All right.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So you alluded a little bit to your Jaws experience. Can you give us a little more? When did you see it? Where did you see it? Is it something that's been a constant in your life? Is it something you kind of hit and like revisited?
No, I mean, it's always been, it's, top 10 movies. I'm like, yeah, Jaws, it's summer around, it's time to watch Jaws again. It's just the whole, it's a holiday movie. It's a holiday movie, right?
It really is, right?
4th of July.
4th of July,
Yeah.
you got to watch Jaws, So,
Yeah.
what's Larry Vaughn say? This is going to be our best summer ever.
That's right. That's right. Those beaches will be open. You betcha. Yeah. Awesome. And go ahead.
No, no, go, please, please.
Right, and you know, we just came through the pinnacle, the 50th anniversary, and you know how amazing that was, and just such a great time to be a part of this kind of stuff. You know, a lot of fun. Yeah.
My wife and I went and saw it in IMAX for
Yes.
the 50th anniversary. We saw it in IMAX, and I mean, it's, geez, you see things like like it's the first time seeing them again. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's nothing like seeing it on an IMAX screen.
the meteorite that comes over the orca
Yep.
and the
Yep.
scene, you know, and you see all the things, the can. I saw the beer can is like 4 different places, and I'd never seen it that often before. You know, it's just, it really has. Sharks have always, you know, because of Jaws, because of Bruce and the movie, sharks have been uh, a big part of my life, a part of you know, being involved in the ocean, taking care of the ocean and things like that. You know, kind of being aware of that type thing. So
Did you always quote it when you were, you know,
yeah,
overseas
absolutely,
with your
absolutely,
Marine buddies? That must
yeah.
have been fun. I'm sure a lot of those quotes came up, you know, in your daily life. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I want to, while we're here and while we're talking about it, I want to pull up the Facebook page for the people at home. And to be honest with you, if it's all right with you, after we're done tonight, I'll post it across the pages
Yes, I mean,
as well, John.
it's ready to
So if
go. I want
all
everybody
right,
to have fun with it. Was it Capone up here?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
let me get your stuff. I'm gonna send you one. I'll send you one too, just like
Oh,
these
that's
guys.
great. I'll send you the info, John. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
absolutely. Yeah, I'll print up the whole thing like Michael and Nate got and
That's
hook.
great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
so you guys at home, so it's as easy as getting on Facebook and literally type in Three Barrels, and his page comes right up. So he's got a Facebook page that's up and running, and you know what you see is exactly what we're talking about. And what's really cool is he even goes into a little bit of his background and a little bit of his memories and how that they kind of play into it, and which has some great stories that are pertaining to your father, and some nice ties in, and it goes into the actual plans for the printer. And so again, I mean, it's just amazing, John, that number one, that you took the time to try and create something like this, and now, you know, instead of maybe looking at it just from a monetary standpoint, you're literally putting it out there to share with everyone, and that's huge. It really is. I always say that number one, sitting back and appreciating something and being a fan of something is one thing, but when you take that next step and you want to contribute, that really, you know, you take that step forward, and I think that kind of sets you a bit apart from other things as well, because now you're taking on more of an active role, and yet you take it just a step further, and you're putting it out there for everyone to share, and that's just incredibly awesome. Yeah,
Yep. I
yeah,
just punched it up on Facebook and it came up, right? That's it.
it, yep, that's it. It comes right up. Yeah, absolutely. And he also has the directions on there, and there are not one, but there's two different types of play for that, for this. In fact, we will take a look at the second one here, and he's got both sets of directions up. The first one, the one you already saw, that's called the Three Barrels Private Shark Hunting Tour. And the second one, the one we'll get into here in a minute, that's called the Captain's Excursion, the expansion add-on. Now, not to be confused, it's called the expansion add-on, but the kit, at least the kit I have, has everything you need. You don't need to pick up anything beyond what's already there. Am I right by saying that, John?
Yeah, absolutely. You just you print one die in white and one die in red. It's just the way I did it because it's the diver colors. I just pick
Right.
red and kind of pick out. Yeah, but yeah, you just print your 2 dice and load up a party and have fun with friends.
All right. That's cool. Awesome.
That's great. I'm looking forward to playing it. I just sent you a message, John, through Facebook.
That's
So
great. Yeah, definitely. I'll get that out to you.
that's very generous of you. Thank you.
No worries.
Spread the word. I
Yeah.
love playing games. I used to, are you a video gamer now, John? Do you play
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a
like
big
video games? Like,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
play? Because I'm a big video game nerd. So come on, let's go.
Right now I'm on Skull and Bones. I'm playing Skull and Bones.
What is that? What system is that on?
Pirate. It's a pirate PvP, not PvP, but online kind of thing, you know. So
Do you play PlayStation 5 games or anything like that? Like
Xbox.
play Xbox? I used to play Xbox a lot. I play a lot of PlayStation 5. If you're a gamer, today a big game comes out tonight, midnight, is the new Resident Evil game, which
Oh,
I'm a big fan of. The Resident Evil game. So that's a good game that's coming out. I play games all the time, dude. I play PlayStation games, not really computer games, but PlayStation, Xbox. You know, I even bought a Switch that it sits there and collects dust. I don't know why I bought one, but
Yeah, I play a lot of Switch because my grandkids are on Switch.
yeah, sure.
You know, it's kind of friendly and everything, Nintendo and whatnot. So
I'll plug the best games I ever played. If you want to, my opinion on the PlayStation, on the PS5 is the Last of Us games. I don't know if you've ever played them.
Yeah.
They're my favorite games ever. So that's
Yeah.
my plug.
oh, right on.
Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. Well, how about we get in? Let's check out the extended play version of this game. Can we do that? We'll pull up the
Yeah.
expansion version. We'll
Yeah.
pull that. We'll hit on a couple things there. All right, let me pull that one in here.
Round 2. So here we're going to do the captain's excursion, and this.
Mr. Hooper, I'm not talking about pleasure boating or day sailing. I'm talking about working for a living. I'm talking about sharking.
You add on. So if you take a look, you're going to notice that we have all 8 barrels in the center, and you're going to be rolling both dice simultaneously. Now, the good thing about this is that because you're rolling 2 die, you could get 2 possible moves. You can decide how it's going to be most beneficial to your play as to which die you play in succession first. So,
Your turn, Quinn.
here we go. Go ahead, Jen.
Ooh.
Barrel in a barrel.
Oh,
All right.
Nice.
By the way, still trying to only get 3 barrels. Ooh. Barrel and a shark tooth. So if I play this right, since I don't have a barrel yet, I'll play the shark tooth. That way she has to put one back. And I get to take a barrel.
Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommy cats.
So I can take a barrel and I can protect my barrels.
You can only protect 1.
No, it says protect. Oh, one of your barrels. You're right. I'm sorry. I will protect this one.
damn,
I
Nate.
apologize.
Poor Jenny. Give him hell, Jenny.
No higher, 11.
He's a hard host, didn't he?
Oh, 2 teeth. So I have to put a barrel back, but then so do you.
Oh,
But I still have my 1 barrel.
You still got 1. Go, Jenny, go.
2 barrels.
Hold on. I'm going to protect a barrel. And because it's protected, I don't have to return it.
Anti-shark cage.
Anti-shark cage.
You go in the cage, cage goes in the water, shark's in the water. Our shark. Ooh, so I get a barrel and you send yours back.
It's not protected forever.
Ooh.
Get him,
No, just
Jenny.
put it
Get him.
down.
Lose your barrel there, sir.
Wow. Yeah, having the 8 barrels, 2 dice, you think would make this a shorter round.
Jesus H. Christ.
You would think.
Actuality, it's not.
Don't
Okay,
win the
no one
cat
can
in
do
the
anything.
background.
Your roll.
The cat wants to play.
Yeah.
Ooh. Can't move on the other one. Okay. Mr. Hooper, I'm not talking about pleasure boating or daily sailing. I'm talking about sharking for a living.
Get him, Jenny.
So I can take a barrel and protect
And
one
protect
of them
one.
too.
Yep.
I feel there's some cheating going on with the rolling
Yeah,
of
I
the
know.
die
You're
there.
dropping them.
Let Hooper take a turn.
Well, you
Did
know,
anybody take notice to that?
technically, if you
I
watch the
think
movie, there's
I think the
discrepancies
dice should
between
have to
3 or
roll
4
at least 3
being fired
times,
in
kind of
the
like
short. So either way,
Price is Right.
I believe that is a victory.
Well, you son of a...
Yeah,
Well,
quit
and
playing with yourself,
two
Nate.
fair Spanish ladies.
So there you have it.
Nice.
That is the second way to play the game. And
It's so
ironically,
easy. It's so easy. It seems
well,
so easy and
it
so like
really is.
it's
It's
not hard
simplistic
to
and it's fun.
understand. It's very, but entertaining at the same time. That's pretty good.
And ironically, I honestly thought when we played the second round where you were throwing two dice at one time that the game would go a lot quicker. It took longer with the two die than it did with each of us just rolling a single die. So I thought that was kind of ironic. Yeah.
So
Very
you
cool.
recommend, I guess, more than two players? Like every extra player, you'd add like 3 barrels.
Yeah, I mean, you could, depending on, if you found that you were running out of center barrels, and I did that, again, Chat GPT is just so crazy now. So, and I even asked it, I'm like, hey, should I change the amount of barrels? Should I? And it did the numbers. It said with the amount of rolls and the way the rolls come up, it will constantly replenish the center.
Oh.
And because you got to think, if you're playing with 2 or 3 people, or 3 people, the barrels are going to deplete rapidly. But who's going to be sitting with 3 barrels and somebody's got 2 2 other people have barrels? It's the way the dice rolls. It's just not going to be running out of barrels in the center is not going to be a
No,
problem.
not a problem at all.
Unless you're playing with Nate and just drops them.
Yeah, he gets apparently he gets all the barrels, and so
If my wife was here, she'd be agreeing with this one. Well, no, and with the shark tooth. So if you land on that, you can send it back. You can send someone else's barrel back with the helmsman's wheel. So if there isn't another barrel there, you can someone else gets a barrel sent back. It's going to end up back in there anyway. So it's pretty genius the way you have that set up. Yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
Looks like fun. Fun.
Oh,
How do you make now, John? How would you make it a drinking game?
well, that's when the way I said it was like if you get the ship's wheel, right? So you get the ship's wheel, that harkens to the scene where hits the barrel, where Hooper hits the barrel, and Quinn says, "Ain't you watching it?" So you hit your mate's barrel and you sink it, or you take it out of play, and then so the least you could do is drink to his leg.
Fair
there you
enough.
go. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, I'm sure you can go a couple of ways with that, but that is perfect. And Mike. So
Sir.
Mike is going down. Mike is going to be heading down to Florida. John, you familiar with Mike Sterling with the replica Orca?
Yeah, I have watched. I've watched one of your other podcasts on that with him going out on that.
Yeah. So Mike's going to be traveling down that way at some point. Mike, how cool would it be if you were to play this?
Oh yeah, playing on the
on
Orca.
the table of the Orca?
Oh,
Yeah.
So if you get down there to do that, you do that and put a copy up, and well, we'll have to definitely send John a copy of that. How cool would that be?
Yeah, definitely.
And
if you're
John's
going
game.
there, Mike, I'll send you a copy of it. You take it to them guys down there on the Orca.
Well, I was going to ask, with your permission, I'm going on the Orca on Saturday. I was going to actually give them the copy you sent me, so they'd have something to play when him and his son are out sailing.
Yeah, you do that. I'll send you another one.
Well, thank you, and let me pay for shipping or something, please.
Yes, please.
No, it's good.
Well, thank you.
I'm a disabled man, got government money. Ha!
Get that government money. You deserve it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I got out and they gave me a whole bunch of medals, titanium in my spine, and those kind of.
Oof. Not the medals you wanted to wear, right? Yeah.
I got a few of those too.
Where did you serve, John? If you don't mind.
I was in the Marine Corps from 86 to 06.
Wow.
I was everywhere, Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, Camp Geiger, the airfield there, Pendleton. I was in DC for a while,
Wow.
and then obviously the overseas stuff and whatnot. I was actually in Desert Storm 35 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
Again, thanks for your service, man. We can't thank you enough. I mean,
oh, man, you know,
God bless you.
I tell people all the time, but I had a blast. I mean, let me tell you what, you know, I honestly did. I had a blast hanging out the side of the helicopter flying over the coast and
Jeez.
seeing the sharks below, you know, and the surf and everything on the coast of California just as the sun goes down, you know. I got paid to do that. God, thanks, America.
That's pretty awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I
I
do it
had
all.
one of my stepdad's best friends grew up. His dad was military. He originally from California, moved out to the East Coast as a child, and was a big car nut, along with my stepdad, and joined the army. This would have been Vietnam era, and saw a sign up for chopper pilots one day, and saw how much more it was paying, and thought how much more fun that would be, and so he became a chopper pilot. And when he got out, one of the things that he did is and he would tell me these stories. I worked for him as a teenager. Is to literally just patrol up and down the beach, and he would tell me how close you are to sharks every time you're in the damn water. He's like, if I ever showed people that, they'd never go in the damn water. He's like, they're there all the time. What do you expect? You know, but yeah, he used to tell me that, you know, see him cruising around in the shallows, and yeah, wow.
There's a
Impressive.
guy who does a drone. He's got a Facebook page or a YouTube channel. It's Malibu something. And he has a drone. He flies over off the coast of California there in Malibu. And he's sharks, great whites all the time. I mean, people don't realize that Southern California is a great white mating ground actually out there and all the kelp forests. And my wife and I have done quite a bit of diving there and
Oh wow.
never we saw one. But you know, that just goes to the fact of how dangerous people think sharks are versus how dangerous they really are, you know. So
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
does
Well, you got the red triangle out there. I mean, it's one of the, you know, very, yeah, absolutely. And I think the statistic that my buddy Buzz used to tell me was that you were pretty much guaranteed, if you're in the water, you're pretty much guaranteed to be within about 50 yards, 70 yards of a shark at all times. It just is what it is. If they
yeah,
truly wanted you, we wouldn't be in the water very much, you know?
right, exactly.
So, interesting. Not that it still doesn't scare the hell out of me. I'm not going to sit there and say it doesn't. So, at any rate, but yeah. So, great. Well, this has
Wait,
been a awful lot of fun, John.
Definitely.
And John gets on and he's put a couple posts up here and there across the pages. So if you see him, recognize him, say hi, shout out to him. And you know, I'll post the Facebook page for this up when we're off tonight, and get on and check it out. If you have access to a 3D printer, great. If not, you can access it or get in touch with someone that does. And if you got a kid in school, I guarantee you they can find get their hands on one at school. I'm a school teacher, and just about every school I can imagine has them. Elementary schools have them. The art classes have them. The tech teachers have them. I mean, they're all over the place. So, yeah, get out there, get on there, check it out, and get yourself a game. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, you're not going to spend hours trying to figure out how to play it. And send John a thanks. Say, hey, thanks for sharing. And yeah, very cool.
Most definitely.
yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate y'all letting me on here to get the word out.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
Oh, listen.
Pleasure.
All right, our pleasure. We love coming across people like you. We love coming across people that, number one, just great to talk to. Obviously, being a Jaws fan is a big plus here too. It's kind of what we do. but
Hey,
you know, just seeing a glimpse of you and definitely a bit of your personality, and very impressive and just awesome. Love to have it on, and yeah, so there. So speaks a lot to you and your character. So thank you
thank
very
you.
much. So, well, we have a certain way that we wrap things up here. We don't say goodbye. We do a little fins up here, and then we have Quint take us out. So, John, if you'd like to join in, we'd love to have you
Right.
join in here. So you guys at home, want to thank you guys for hopping on and hanging out with us. Please check us out on Facebook, get on YouTube, like and follow. We'd love to get a bigger following on YouTube, and we will take ourselves out. So a little fins up to everyone. Thank you. Have yourselves a good one. Again, thank you, John. Really appreciate you spending time with us and sharing your game with us. And we'll let Quinn take us out. Here we go.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful.
All right.
Take care.